Hey guys, welcome back to another Skyrim mods video. This video is overhauling your mod list one mod at a time until you decide to start over like the rest of us and then start spending 10 hours a day to mod your mod list. Because my job is to get you addicted to modding or at least help you learn it. So make sure you endorse mod authors if you end up enjoying one of these mods, and make sure to leave a like on the video. Without further ado, let's dive right in. The first mod up for the people that play good characters in roleplay games, this mod is called Soldier of Stendarr, allowing you to be rewarded for your actions of hunting Daedra. Now when you go out to hunt Daedra, such as vampires, you can gather their vampire dust after you kill them. This one is the least rewarding one because there are so many vampires, but you can also go and kill werebeasts. Werebeasts will be a little harder to get because of course werewolves are pretty rare, but the hardest one to get is Dremora Daedra cards. And of course, based on the rarity, that means the higher the reward will be once you turn in these items to pretty much any Stendarr once you gather them. Once you have the items in your inventory, of course you'll need a certain amount to even turn in the reward. You'll need to talk to any Stendarr and they'll have a dialogue option for you to turn in items. So 5 vampire dust will get you 200 gold, 2 werebeast pelts will get you 300 gold, and of course the rarest of all, 1 Daedra cart, is 500 gold. It's great to be rewarded for being a good guy for once. But up next, a retexture for the archery post in Skyrim. This mod is called HFS, Archery Target Remodel, using diverse base object swapper. This mod features 3 new vanilla friendly archery targets that will use base object swapper to distribute them randomly each new game, but they won't change every time you do a new load screen. The textures provided with this mod range from 4K all the way down to 1K, and surprisingly I recommend the 1K unless you're playing on 4K resolution. And because this uses base object swapper, it pretty much eliminates all incompatibilities, and you will also see it appear in new DLC lands added by mods or just really in vanilla Skyrim.
Now ain't this a sin?
This new armor mod is called Gladiator Armor by Obi. This is a female only armor, of course, featuring support for 3VA, BHUNP, and also UBE, which I'm actually using in this video. It features 2 helmet types, one being a complete helmet that covers everything and the other lets your hair show underneath it. It also comes with its own custom physics that let the cloth flow perfectly with all movement. It won't fly wildly around causing clipping. And also heads up, this also does feature its own body support already once you first install the mod. You don't need to pre-build your own body. But if you do use UBE, of course you'll have to build it, otherwise your character will be invisible. And there's no special requirements to obtain this armor. All you have to do is get the crafting requirements and then just make it at pretty much any forge. Also, the shield and sword does not come with this, that is part of my mod list. Up next, a mod for the Orphans of Skyrim. This mod is called Riften Honorhall Orphanage Extended, it's a pretty long name. After killing Grelad or having her arrested, you'll receive a book in your inventory allowing you to customize this mod, allowing for you to change how much it costs to upgrade this place, as well as how long it takes. And then all you do is talk to Constance, she will recommend upgrading, and then all you have to do is pay for it, of course. At base, the upgrades will take 20 days because it is a pretty large upgrade, but if you want, you can set it to 1 day like me. And then once you return to the interior of the orphanage, the exterior was pretty much left alone, it'll be completely upgraded. And because this mod is fairly new, there is no Lux patch yet, but as you can see, this mod adds a lot more things to the orphanage, making it look like children should live here. Aside from just expanding on the orphanage, many new beds were also placed as well because you can now send a lot more children here so that they can be more comfortable. And of course, because they're young, they still have to learn. A new classroom was also added, just for fun, and of course because they're also children and don't like to wash up, a new pool was added and washroom for them to use. There's also a training room so that they can beat each other up, but you can turn that off. This mod also went in and added 3 new spells for you to use. One labels a child as an orphan if they already are an orphan, it just makes it so that this mod can recruit them. And the other will send them manually to the orphanage. You don't really have to use the second spell, you can just talk to them and then you'll later see them at the orphanage. This next mod is a new weapon mod called Royal Voulge, featuring a wonderfully textured 2-handed halberd that applies a perk on equipped and it upgrades with the player as you level up your 2-handed skill. Kinda the main reason I'm keeping it in my mod list. To obtain this weapon, you can either get it at Fort Sunguard by fighting through a bunch of Forsworn, Or you can just go the easy route and craft it at any forge once you get 40 smithing skill and a steel smithing perk learned. At 52 handed, you'll unlock this weapon's perk, giving you a percentage of damage that ignores armor based on the armor that they're currently wearing. At 62 handed skill, you'll gain a 50% critical damage boost. And of course this keeps going up, like at 72 handed skill you'll get a 20% damage block boost. But at 102 handed skill is when you truly unlock this weapon's damage potential, letting you pretty much mow through enemies easily. Up next, an interior overhaul for a house in Darkwater Crossing, pretty much the only house if you don't have a mod for it. But this mod is called Snazzy Interiors Werner and Annekke House. Unlike other interiors in Skyrim, this house was already pretty much well decorated, but this mod expands on it, adding many new furniture decorations for them to use so that they can sit somewhere else besides just always laying down. This mod adds a lot more clutter and furniture to expand on them living a busy daily life, so there's not much cleaning up going around here, but it keeps it FPS friendly. At the time of me recording, the Snazzy Interior Patch Collection hasn't been updated because this is fairly new, but besides Lux making the lighting flicker a little, there's pretty much no incompatibility, mainly because no mod really touches Darkwater Crossing and you never really have a reason to come inside this home. Up next, a small overhaul for Whiterun called Lush Dragonsreach Pools. Using your own resources for textures, it adds ferns, hanging moss, and ivy to the pools of Dragonsreach. And when I say pool, I mean the bottom pool on the staircase leading up to Dragonsreach, as well as the pools under the bridge connecting to Dragonsreach. If you already happen to be using a Lush Whiterun like me, then this just blends perfectly with it. And in this video there is an add-on for a deeper pool option, and that's what I'm showing right here. Not many people agree with the Lush Whiterun look or the green tundra because it's still Skyrim, they prefer it to be dead, but honestly, it's 2025 and this looks great, so if you aren't afraid to expand your horizon, then I highly recommend grabbing this mod. There's no reason to avoid it really. You're definitely going to be seeing a lot of this mod in my list. Up next, a new creature. This mod is called Ice Turmoil, adding in a new ice golem that can only be summoned, but at least you get to feel special with the new Daedra only you can summon. The great part is that it doesn't get automatically added to your inventory once you join the game. You have to go to Ingol's Barrel and it'll be right next to a chest with an enchanted sword for you to use. This ice golem, as you can tell, is a huge step away from the tanky and slow ice atronach. It has attacks more along the lines of a storm atronach, just using frost instead of shock, meaning that it will not be tanky but it will do tons of damage. So this time you'll have to have a follower that is the front lines, or you'll have to do that yourself. This is just a great mod for more diversity of conjuring because vanilla Skyrim is severely lacking in it. But I will also say that these ice turmoils can be staggered pretty easily, and because of that they'll be killed pretty fast, so you will have to protect them if you want to benefit from its skills. Up next, a new loading screen mod called Lore Friendly Load Screen Compendium, featuring well over 400 new loading screens from different artists and even from Elder Scrolls Online that weren't previously used in other mods for some reason. Mainly because they were in such low quality, so they were thrown away. So this mod author went the extra step to find them, but of the highest quality so that it could be used in a mod like this. You can pick the ratio of 16:9 aspect or 21:9, whichever one you prefer to play on your monitor. And both options have texture resolutions of 2 up to 4K. And all of this was done manually, not using any other script to make it easy, which can lead to issues. And because every single load screen has its own custom text that applies to the picture above, that means all of it was typed manually and placed manually. And I know that took hours upon hours to do, so I gotta respect the hustle. Unless I found issues, this is going to become my new main go-to. This next mod letting you commit as much crime as possible. This mod is called Depreciation Crime Bounty Reduction, adding an MCM for you to interact with that pretty much lets you wait to decrease your crime. After committing any type of crime, in the MCM you can set how long it will take not being in an area for the bounty to decrease and how much it decreases by. At base it is 4 gold every single day. You can also make it so that that bounty never fully goes away, it'll just decrease until the point you've set. You can also set it so you're completely exiled, meaning you'll have to leave the hold until the bounty goes away, because any faction or hold allied with the hold that you're exiled from will also try to arrest you on sight. Quite literally everything about this mod can be changed in the MCM, so I highly recommend trying this mod out. But as of right now, that was pretty much it for today, guys. Let me know if you found any mods in this mod list that you would end up trying. But as of right now, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace and love, guys.